Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to Simply Lily. I'm your host, Lily, and today we're stepping into a conversation that I absolutely love to talk about beauty, confidence, and I love talking about how embracing ourselves is so important at this age. It's been a conversation I've been having with a lot of my friends and colleagues. And let me tell you something. I said, hey, why don't I make a podcast about it? Because let's be honest, this season of light hits differently. Our bodies change, our faces change, our styles are shifting, and our confidence rises and it falls. But it's also one of the most powerful, beautiful seasons of a woman's life. Because we have to understand, because in your 50s, it's not chasing who you used to be. Ladies, we're not trying to act like we're in our 40s and dressing like we're in our 30s. It's all about embracing who you're becoming. Let's not forget, our skin tells stories now, our eyes hold wisdom, and our smiles have lived, it's loved, and our smiles have cried, and it's also risen again. Beauty doesn't fade, it evolves because beauty is from within. And when you stop fighting the changes and start embracing them, something magical happens. Ladies, we start to glow differently. And we have to embrace all of this as we're getting older. And the other big thing that we have to embrace is our confidence after 50. We start feeling different, we start thinking different, and confidence at this age, it hits different because it's no longer about impressing anyone. It's not about being comfortable in something that you don't want to do. It's about being comfortable in your own skin. You start to care less about opinions and more about peace because that's where we're at in our lives. And we don't worry about perfection and more about presence and less about looking youthful and more about looking like yourself. And confidence for me after 50, I'm going to tell you what it means to me. Wearing makeup that makes you feel feminine, speaking up without apologizing, setting boundaries without guilt, taking care of your skin, your body, and your spirit. And also showing up with softness and strength. Honey, I'm in my soft era right now and I'm loving it. And one thing, confidence after 50 is incredibly beautiful. As women, we have to embrace our femininity again. We're in this stage in our life that we have to do that. So women, especially like, let's say after divorce, loss, or some big life changes, we sometimes forget to nurture our femininity. But one thing we have to understand that femininity is not about makeup or clothing. It's an energy, a posture, a softness, and just a quiet strength. You know how they say silence is golden, but you can also express your femininity through how you dress, how you speak, how you care for yourself, how you decorate your space. Listen, I used to be that mom where I had pictures all over my house and all these little knickknacks. And I'll tell you one thing, I loved it. My house was beautiful. It was so cozy. And now that I'm in this era, honestly, my house is all about beige and neutrals. I really don't have any pictures of a family and kids because now I put everything into digital framing where you don't have to just see 10 pictures or 5 pictures. Now you can see 100 pictures. And everyone who comes to my house, I tell you, that's like one of the focal points. And you just stand there, oh my God, oh my God. And you can also add pictures, you can take pictures away, but you just have less, which is really more. And one thing we have to understand that we express our femininity on how you rest. We need to rest, ladies. We need more sleep, and we need to take care of ourselves because if you don't rest, you don't work well, you don't feel well. I'll tell you one thing. If I go to sleep past 11:30 or I'm up till like 12:30, I'm a mess the next day. And for some reason, my blood pressure is off because I need to have that certain amount of sleep. And I don't do the late nights anymore because I just know it's not anything that's going to benefit me. And also, expressing our femininity is how you move through the world. And as someone who loves beauty, fashion, and sewing, I discovered my femininity and confidence through creativity. And to me, it's really been healing. I, after many years, started sewing again. And I'll tell you one thing, this is something that has been so rewarding, not only because I save some money, but also because I make what I want, I make it the way I want it, and I make it to my liking. But best of all, I see the finished product. And it's something where I go in my basement, I have my little sewing room, I put on music, I put on a podcast, and I'll be honest with you, I could be down there for hours. But it's something that has brought me back to my femininity because I'm not worrying about picking kids up, dropping kids off, or doing something where I don't have time for myself. But let's take it to a deeper thing, different. Let's take it to how God views our beauty. Let me remind you of something sacred. God isn't interested in society's beauty standards. He is interested in your heart, your spirit, your character, and the way you love. And you're not too old. You're not past your prime, and you're not fading. You have to get into that groove where you just feel alive again and you just feel real good about yourself and understand that the beauty that we have, it's something that's going to be occurring in every season of our life. The beauty he places on you, it's not something that you can actually take away. So let's do a reflection here. As we close today, I want you to remember this. I want you to understand that beauty is not something that you chase. It's something that you embody. And it's a chapter of wisdom. It, it's confidence, grace, and elegance. It's something that we have to continue to keep our spirit going when it comes to our confidence, when it comes to our beauty, because you deserve to be beautiful in the inside and out. I want to I want to read a scripture to you all. It's First Peter chapter 3 verses 3 to 4. And it says, "Don't be concerned about the outward beauty of fancy hairstyles, expensive jewelry, or beautiful clothes. You should clothe yourselves instead of with the beauty that comes from within, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is so precious to God." Listen, I read that, and that's kind of what literally made me say, I have to do something about this because it really hit me in a very good way. And I said, I'm going to share that. So I want to thank you all for being here with me today. If this episode blessed you, share it with a woman in her season of rediscovery. And be sure to follow and subscribe, and so you don't miss the next week's episode. Because I got so much to talk about. I have so much I want to share. Leave a comment. So until the next time, stay soft, stay beautiful, and most of all, stay becoming.